We're back with a special hour we're calling Protect Yourself today, talking about one of the biggest problems we face these days, identity theft.
Yeah, it can be extremely costly to correct, both in time and in money, and it can happen when you least expect it. It can even happen to your kids.
So how do you keep your identity from being ripped off? Jim Stickley is a cybersecurity expert with Trace Security. Good to see you.
Looks very smart.
Yes, you look, Something tells me we better listen to you.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
So sometimes you know when someone's broken into your home, obviously, things are missing, but there are other times when you would have no idea. Explain that.
It's really creepy. Criminals will actually just pick the lock on your home, go into your house, and then just use your cell phone, go and start taking pictures of confidential documents. So they'll find things like IRS tax filings or loan apps, social security cards. Take the pictures of those things and then leave your house. You never even know they've been there, and now you'll be a victim of identity theft.
How soon would that start to manifest itself?
You probably start noticing it within a couple months. It wouldn't happen right away because they've got to go out, open up accounts, do things like that, then default on those accounts, then you start getting the notices.
So it would take a while. And to unring that bell, how difficult is that?
It's a nightmare. It really just depends. I mean, it can take anywhere from several months to several years to get your identity back.
How do you get your credit rating during that time?
Oh, it's terrible. That's the problem, is it's destroyed. And so if you're trying to do anything, buy a new house, refinance, good luck.
Now, let's talk.
It's so pervasive too. I mean, this happens all the time.
Yeah, and it's so creepy.
Let's talk about vacation rentals. This is one of those things you go online, Craigslist, somewhere, and you see, oh, I might like to rent that home. How can that be a trap?
Sure. Well, what they do is these criminals will go out and they'll post these ads on anywhere online and say, hey, we're renting this house. It's a vacation home, maybe in San Diego, a beach house or something, and you want to rent it for a week. And the reality is they don't own the home. They have nothing to do with it. They just found a picture online of a house. They post it out there, and so you think you're renting a house. In reality, you're not getting anything. And they'll either try to steal money by having you make a down payment, or they'll try to steal your identity.
Or your information.
Yes, by saying, hey, we need to do a credit check on you before we let you rent the house. And so they'll get your name, social security number.
How can you tell then if they're legitimate?
That one's really hard. The best thing to do is a little research on the phone number that's listed in the ad. Type that into Google and see what comes back. No, you don't like Google.
No, it's not that I don't like it.
But you know what? The reverse phone thing is good.
It's really important because
so if they have a no identification ID, then they're blocking it. Then it's just there's a reason.
Or sometimes they won't even give a phone number. They'll just put an email address only. That's a really big sign. So, and also make sure you don't pay with cash. Never just wire money to something like this.
It's the exact opposite of everything my father taught me.
Sometimes
it's okay.
Sometimes when people go on vacation, they like to post photos. Hey, we're enjoying the Bahamas. We're having fun at the Cape or whatever.
Wait till you get home, huh?
Yes, it's so bad. I mean, it's basically just saying, please rob my house.
Yeah. But they don't know if somebody's there staying at your house while you're gone, or you have ADT or some other.
That's true, but you know what? It's worth taking a shot.
This is an interesting one. A lot of people like to be on that do not call registry because you're sick of phone calls in your house. But sometimes that's a trap too, right?
Yeah, well, criminals have actually started doing this lately where they'll call you up and say, hey, we're either going to help you get on the do not call list or we'll help update your information. So they pretend they're with the government and they say, to do this, though, we need your name, your address, and your social security number for security purposes. And people are falling for this left and right.
Because they're sick of the phone calls at dinner.
Yeah, so if you're doing that, go to donotcall.gov, the website. That's the best way to get on there.
You know what? We did that. They still call us.
Yeah.
They still call. There's not a fail-safe thing.
This is probably the most important one for people at home. You're shopping online, and
Hoda.
I do that a lot. Yeah. Is your stuff secure when you do that?
Well, I mean, if you're going to a legitimate company, it's secure. The problem is sometimes you don't know if the company, you find a really great deal and it's from some unknown place. The best thing you do is whatever the domain name, www.whateveritis.com, actually search the domain name on Google or wherever and see what comes back. If you don't see anything at all,
then don't go near
it probably doesn't exist. If it's got a bunch of information out there about, people talking about it, good or bad, at least you know what's going on.
But the reputable ones are fine, like a Nordstrom's or whatever.
They're
Gap.
And the elderly are really at risk for this more than anyone else, right?
So much, just because they don't understand the technology, and so they'll fall victim to it.
Elderly, and I don't understand the technology. I stay away from it.
All right, then. Well,
that's when you're supposed to say, oh, you look great. Never mind.
Oh, my Lord.
You're all right.